90 5G. Should you buy it? Let's find out. Hey guys, it's your Tech Girl Mary and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Yes guys, nagbabalik ang Honor sa ating YouTube channel. If I remember, yung last Honor na nireview natin was actually this year naman, pero January ata yun guys, which is the Honor X9A. Anyway, sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, itong Honor 90 5G is yung latest edition ng brand sa kanilang number series. Okay, so at first glance, kung mapapansin nyo, itong Honor 90, medyo kahawig niya pa rin yung predecessor niya, which is the Honor 70. Ayan siya, guys. Pero, huwag kayo mapapalin lang. Sorry, mali pala. Magpapalin lang. Dahil kahit medyo familiar looking pa rin yung looks nitong Honor 90, high-end in fairness yung ibang specifications niya. Okay, so before we proceed with its design, tignan muna natin ano yung mga pwede nyong makuha sa kanya. By the way guys, yung box or packaging ng Honor 90 ay very simple. It's all white with the Honor branding in front. Alright. Next, we have the SIM tool or yung ating panundot, and may libre kayong jelly case. Syempre, yung paperwork niya. At dito naman nakalagay yung phone na hawak ko na kanina. Meron tayo nitong 66 watts power brick. Meron din tayong USB-C to USB Type-A cable. At ito ang kinagulat ko guys, kasi typically, yung mga phones ngayon na mid-range ay walang dongle. So, kung may mga earphones kayo na wired pa din, pwedeng-pwede nyo yung gamitin dito sa Honor 90 because of this. Yung Honor 90 5G na meron ako guys is what you call diamond silver. Medyo hindi halata sa camera natin, pero yung half ng phone ay dotted. Or may mga parang, alam niyo yun guys, bubbles or basically textured yung kalahati. Actually guys, nung una, ang first instinct ko, akala ko parang plastic or protective layer siya, kaya tinatry kong i-peel off. Until I realized it's part of the phone. As in, it's really there, I guess, to make it more grippy. It helps kapag hinahawakan siya. Yes, it has that extra grip. But do take note, if pinapatong siya sa mga flat surface, may mga times na dumudulas pa rin siya. So, hindi naman ito maiiwasan. Pero may iba pa tong kulay, guys, which is yung emerald green and peacock blue, which is frosted yung texture. Tapos, yung midnight black naman is glossy. So, yes, iba-iba talaga siya depending din on, of course, the type of texture that you guys like. Pero syempre, since medyo may pagkamahal din itong mid-range phone na to, again, sinasabi ko nga sa inyo guys, medyo nandun siya. Alam kong tanong nyo ay durability. Actually, parehas tayo kasi isa rin yan sa mga tinatanong ko sa mga smartphones na nasa 25,000 to 30,000 pesos price range. Okay, so obviously, the back panel is made of glass. And so far naman, mukhang shatter resistant siya. Pero again, Honor did not mention anything about this. Isa pa, hindi rin po nila minention na gumamit sila ng Gorilla Glass sa kanyang display. So yes, in terms of that and even IP rating, wala po tayo dito sa Honor 90 5G. Anyway, overall guys, I appreciate yung kanyang back panel kahit na dalawa yung texture niya. Dahil nga, again guys, alam niyo naman ako si pasmado, so I appreciate smartphones that doesn't attract too much fingerprints. Also, kung mapapansin nyo, yung dalawang cameras na meron itong Honor 90 sa likod ay merong gold ring. I think Honor calls it moon face rings. In fairness, it adds that additional premium look. Do take note lang, itong ating nano SIM card tray sa lower part ng phone has no expandable storage. Now, na display. Actually, yung display nitong Honor 90 5G is probably the main reason why you should get this phone. Yung screen kasi guys ng Honor 90 can be bright enough for those extremely sunny days. And syempre, hindi siya masakit sa mata sa mga scenarios na madidilim. To be specific, this phone has a 6.7 inches 120Hz OLED panel. It also has the industry's leading eye care tech na pag-uusapan natin in a while. And the brightness can go up to 1,600 nits, which is again, just like what I mentioned, I did not experience any visibility issues when it comes to outdoor scenes or scenarios. But to make it simple, this is the best display I've seen on a mid-range phone. And the fact then guys na kaya niyang i-handle yung extremely bright environments says a lot. According to Honor, they employed dynamic dimming sa kanyang display and actually other technology pa that should reduce yung eye strain and help improve yung sleep. Actually, for me, hindi ganun kadali to assess kung gaano to ka-effective in just a week of using the phone. Pero the fact that they made an effort to really ease yung impact of hours screen on time natin sa smartphone really shows that they care for their consumers. Hindi rin naman kasi guys, lahat ay gaming or magandang camera lang ang habol sa isang smartphone na binibili nila. Minsan may mga tech-specific talaga na gusto nila may ganitong klase ng technology dahil hindi rin naman sila pala upgrade ng phone at gusto nila mas masulit ito through the years of their usage. Isa pa, the Honor 90 5G supports 3,840 Hz PWM dimming. Ibig sabihin lang nito guys, i-ensure niya na walang flicker and eye fatigue kayo na may experience sa kanya. Okay, so hindi siya necessarily no flicker. But it did flicker considerably less compared sa mga smartphones na tinabi namin sa kanya. Siguro guys, kung hindi lang talaga curved display yung meron yung Honor 90, ito na talaga yung pinaka-paborito kong display so far for this year 2023. Don't get me wrong guys, you know how much I love having good display. Pero again, my sentiment will remain the same. Team flat display ako. Okay, so aside from having that display, talagang mothering ang display ni Honor 90, let's talk about yung cameras niya. Dahil meron nga daw siyang 200 megapixels which is, alam naman nating lahat, a very flagship feature. Syempre, ang pinaka-performer dito is yung kanyang 200 megapixels camera na merong f1.9 aperture. It has a 1/1.4-inch CMOS size sensor. It also has a 12 megapixels ultra-wide that also works as a macro camera. And lastly, a 2 megapixels depth sensor. After taking photos and video guys, for the past weeks na ginagamit ko tong smartphone na to, in fairness, yung 200 megapixels that this phone has is indeed fantastic. Nandun yung colors na hinahanap ko sa isang Android phone. There is also plenty of detail even if you zoom in. And to be honest, there is very little to complain about. Siguro ang issue ko lang dito is the lack of OIS. Siguro laking tulong lalo na in low light scenarios, yung pag-shoot ng photos and especially na rin sa pagtitake ng videos. By the way guys, wala siya nung 200 megapixels mismo na word for you guys to be able to take that shot. So all you need to do is go to more and click yung high res para kayo ay makapag-shoot ng 200 megapixels. But speaking of the low light photos, in fairness, even if it doesn't have OIS, ang gaganda ng output niya. Yun nga lang, you really need to be as stable as possible. There is also no telephoto lens here, pero yung camera app mismo guys, it offers a shortcut to a digital 2x zoom from the main camera, which helps naman guys to, of course, zoom in a little bit for those close-up shots. Pwede rin gamitin itong 2x digital zoom sa kanyang portrait mode. Now, flipping the phone, we got a 50 megapixel selfie camera. Honor also lets us take photos at 2 different zoom levels by default. I also appreciate na ang ganda ng autofocus nitong front camera na meron tayo. Ang kinagulat ko, actually hindi kinagulat, kinatuwa, ay yung front camera guys can shoot 4K footages. Kasi alam niyo naman yung mga mid-range phones na nasa price segment din ito, let's just say, the Oppo Reno that we recently reviewed doesn't shoot 4K resolution for its front camera. Importante to lalo na for someone like me. Now, in terms of the performance, alam kong nakakita niyo Snapdragon yung kanyang chipset, which is, muntik na tayo, muntik na ako kumuha ng ibang gamit, is of course, a flagship chipset. Pero guys, hindi siya this year, hindi siya last year, hindi rin siya last year. To be exact, it's actually the Qualcomm Snapdragon 7 Gen 1. Okay, performance-wise, I wouldn't say nag-struggle ako guys dito sa Honor 90 in the past few days na ginagamit ko siya. But for me, it still does the job. I never felt any slowness or hiccups habang nagbabrowse, nagsuscroll, messaging, or even snapping photos. Even guys, while shooting a full resolution 200 megapixels photo, doesn't take more than a couple of seconds. Siguro dahil hindi rin naman ako nag-e-expect ng sobra, or I'm not even looking at a flagship level performance here. But yeah, Honor 90 should do the job for most users. Rounding up guys, yung list of positives na nagustuhan ko dito sa Honor 90 5G is of course, it having a 5,000 mAh battery, which is the typical. It lasted me at least 36 hours after a full charge. Actually, pwede niya pa tong i-stretch into 2 full days. Depende na lang to sa battery management nyo. Meron din itong 66 watts fast charger in the box. And honestly speaking to you guys, I was not able to do a realistic charging test dito mismo sa studio. But according to Honor guys, less than an hour lang, pwede nang ma-fully charge ito from 0%. By the way, this phone also has access to full Google applications. I know kasi some of you guys nalilito pa rin kung may Google access ang Honor 90 because as we all know before, Honor used to be under Huawei and now it's a solo entity, solo company. Also, Honor mentioned na nag-o-offer sila ng 2 years of Android updates. So kung medyo naghahanap kayo ng long-term smartphone in terms of operating system update, you might wanna consider what I just said. Hindi rin naman magiging problema sa inyo yung storage because this one already has a 12 gig physical RAM and a 512 gig of storage. So guys, medyo hindi na rin naman naging issue na hindi siya expandable because 512 gig guys, ilang photos, videos, and even games ang pwede nating i-store sa kanya for the next few years na gagamitin natin siya. Actually, madami na. So kung naghahanap rin kayo ng one of the best or one of the largest storage sa mid-range category, you might want to consider the Honor 90 5G as well. Actually guys, ang dali ng verdict natin for the Honor 90 5G, hindi siya mahirap, alam niyo yun, mahalin. Wow! Hindi siya mahirap ipaglaban. Wow! To me, Honor 90 is a very capable mid-range option. Especially for those people who are really tempted to have a very capable display. Actually, again, among the best at its price, a really good main camera, and of course, if prospect nyo yung 512 gig of storage na hindi flagship ang babayaran nyo. Alam naman natin lahat kasi pag 512 gig ang storage, usually yan yung mga flagship devices. Yun nga lang guys, limited lang talaga yung software long-term support niya, which is I think the only issue that I see here. Pero kung ikaw naman ay palapalit ng smartphone every 2 years, every 3 years, then this may not be an issue for you. Anyway, actually, that's basically it, guys. Nag-enjoy ako for our Honor 90 review dahil, in fairness, I really like the device. Anyway, guys, maging matalino pa rin when it comes to buying smartphones. That's why it's your Tech Girl Mary, and see you on our next video. Bye, guys!